So line, endpoint, shift right click, perpendicular. I could have also turned on perpendicular. You noticed I've used this quite a bit. I can always hit enter to come back into the command that I was previously in. Shift right click, perpendicular, this point, enter. Alright, so next command is trim. So when you go into the trim command, it's asking you select objects. If you look immediately above it, it's asking for the cutting edges. So the edges we're going to use to cut are these lines we just drew. So select those and hit enter. And what do I want to cut? I want to cut this line, and I want to click where I want it to be cut, which is in between those two edges I specified. So it cuts that out. So I could actually use that same command to trim out these sections. But what I want to show you is this fillet command, which is rounding a corner. But if we select this command, it asks us for a radius. If we leave our radius at 0, since it can't round it to 0, it will give us a square edge by just picking on the two lines. Z enter, E enter, gets me zoom extents. Just so I can see a little bit better, I'm going to change this to real time and zoom out a little bit. Alright, so to be able to hatch, I need to close these areas off. So I'm just drawing quick little lines in between the two. Okay, and I'm going to go into my hatch command. Hatch allows you to create a hatch by two different options. You can either select objects or pick a point inside of a boundary, which since we have closed areas we're going to do. So you'll notice when I bring my cursor up inside this boundary, it gives me a highlight preview. If I click once, it makes that hatch. Come across, click again, that hatch. And with the ribbon open, I'm going to go ahead and close the hatch creation. So I have my two hatch areas, which are seen as one object. Z enter, W enter for zoom window. And I'm going to zoom down in here and create our bench. And I'm not going to measure this. I'm just going to give us a rectangle, but you can specify a particular offset if you like. Make my bench. I'm going to use my trim tool, and since this is all one rectangle, I can select this as my only cutting edge. Once it's selected, I hit enter, and what I want to trim is this portion and this portion. So zoom back out. And there we have it. So hopefully you've been able to walk through that with me. So once you've done that, go ahead and try to recreate the whole process by going through without watching the video as best as possible.